Thinking aloud. Conversations on the leading edge of knowledge and discovery with psychologist Jeffrey Mishlove.
Well, let's talk about the process by which an average person, someone who doesn't necessarily have the benefit of your childhood gifts and a family background, if a person, one of our viewers, or someone like myself who doesn't interact with animals very much, if I want to open myself up, how would I start?
The best way to start is to ask yourself to be quiet inside. Sometimes you have to consciously say, let me get off the road so I'm out of the way of whatever might come through. People who meditate seem to come by this fairly naturally because they're leaving themselves open in receptivity. So what I share with people is be quiet as you can, clear your mind screen, close your eyes, and envision that your animal is coming to talk to you. Mm-hmm. And when we say talk, I don't mean literally you see a cat's mouth speaking English. It's a sense of what they're communicating. You allow yourself to realize you're dealing with a different culture. What does this culture have to share with you? You may not know the language. That's not the point. The point is to remain open in receptivity. And then the second step is to trust. It's what I call the T muscle. You know, you need to be able to trust that what you got is some form of accurate information. How do you know? You try it out. You try it out.
What do you mean by try it out?
Well, for instance, many people say, I want to know if the food I'm feeding is good for my animal. And I say, well, what does your animal do? Well, he'll eat anything. Well, that may not really be true. If you're feeding your animal one meal a day, they're going to eat anything because they're hungry. You know, but there are people that say their animals are picky eaters when in fact, it's that they cannot eat certain foods. Listen to that. Look at what you're being shown. Ask in your meditation, is my animal sensitive to something? And you may be surprised at what you see. So then you actually, when you're going to feed your animal, you would remove certain foods and try it. And you're going to see your animal come more to life and come open. And guess what? You got it right.
Now, you refer to Rumi here as your teammate or your partner, not your pet or,
That's right.
or your property.
No, he's not.
So when you use the term your animal or my animal, you don't mean it in the sense of ownership.
No, I mean it in the sense of a family member, your brother, your sister. That's how I look at it, that we work. I live with my animals as peers and teachers. And I believe we all can if we understand they know much more about us than we know about them. But we have to leave ourselves open to receiving that. And that's respect. That's respect. That is, in our integrous self, are we looking at this being as having the rights that we have, as much right to be here? And what can we learn from them? What are they showing us about ourselves? There are many animals that are reactive or demonstrating a behavior, and the human says, bad, bad. Well, we can't really be upset in our own lives and turn to our animals and say, I'm upset, you get over it. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. But we have to be willing to take responsibility for what's ours first. We have to do that.